Good evening, everybody. What is up, everybody? Yeah, man, really big news in politics today. Yeah, Kamala Harris is the VP pick and is the real candidate who's running against Donald Trump in 2020. And Wall Street is very excited because this is a really big win for like the donor class of the Democrat Party. As you see, like the Wall Street leaders cheered Joe Biden's selection of Kamala Harris because they were scared of Elizabeth Warren and Karen Bass. Karen Bass. The Wall Street donor base doesn't really like Elizabeth Warren. To me, like she was the best pick to get the whole base out. But Wall Street doesn't like her, so she wasn't picked. Karen Bass was considered, but she wasn't picked because of Scientology and her history with like Castro. I wonder why they didn't pick Keisha Knight Bottoms or Val Demings. I think they're a better choice than Kamala Harris because I gotta tell you, as a black Californian, especially a black Californian male, Kamala Harris has an awful record in this state. She's at most only a quarter black, really. Because the thing is, her background, look at Denise D'Souza's tweet right here. She's directly descendant from one of the largest slave owners in Jamaica. There's even a town named after him. So yeah, she's a beneficiary of slavery, and the fact that her father really, is Jamaican. The thing is, Jamaica is mostly black people, but Kamala Harris's dad is not really considered black in Jamaica. He's considered Browning. See, Brownings are like they're not really black and they're not really white. They're like an in between, and that's who Kamala Harris really is because she's black. I can see why she was picked because she fits all of the identity boxes. She's a black, no, she's half black, half Indian. She's Asian, black, and a woman. Those are three separate boxes, and that's who that's what they thought the donor base would get the base excited to vote for her. But I gotta tell you, with her record in as a AG in California, I don't even need to bring up the Willie Brown stuff. Seriously, that's none of my business. I'm a libertarian about that issue. That's like a conservative snowflake issue. But me, as a libertarian leaning guy, she's really, really bad. Oh man. Yo, what's good, CSK Bay, man? Yo, man, and this election is going to be either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, man. I don't know. I ain't going for neither, man. I'm going to roll with Kanye. I'm going to roll with Kanye and hope he wins. Shit. I live in California, man. This state is going Biden Harris anyways. I don't know who this is going to cite, really. Because the thing is, like, she polled really low in the Democratic primaries, and she polled really low with black voters because of her prosecutorial record. And the worst thing is, like, this is really this is kind of tone deaf. Especially considering like the whole Black Lives Matter movement. The Biden team should have thrown a bone to like the progressives. You know what I'm saying? Pick like Elizabeth Warren or something, or like Tammy Duckworth or Keisha Knight Bottoms, but they picked a woman with a really bad prosecutor's record who ran as a tough on crime AG in California, tough on crime DA in California, and had a policy to lock up people for truancy. She kept men in prison for jail labor. I'm gonna show you a video of Kamala Harris's statements on truancy. It's very disturbing. It really shows like she's very weird. I don't know. She seems like a sociopath, to be real with you. Just look at her being giddy about arresting parents for truancy.
Were it not for the education I received, and I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco.
You see this? Look at her laugh.
And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we did. We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So, to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge.
In an anti-police mood, this is not the right person to pick.
Badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail.
See, that woman, yeah, this is a sociopath. She will say whatever she'll need to say to get into power, and that's really fucking dangerous. Especially considering Biden's age and his, like, mental state. She's the worst candidate by far. I mean, she's not a real good candidate in this mood.
Folks?
I have.
Okay.
And I inhaled. I did inhale. It was a long time ago. But yes.
I know you have to go. They say you have to go.
I just broke news.
I mean, was it in college?
I mean, look what it says. Like, remembering Kamala Harris went on the Breakfast Club and joked about smoking weed in college that just spent her career putting 15,000 people in jail for marijuana possession.
I like stuff like that. That's a real honor.
In a very progressive state like California, she ran as a tough on crime DA. Really?
It was a joint.
Hey.
Yeah.
You remember the high?
I do.
So if it was legalized all throughout the country, medicinal.
She's laughing about smoking weed when she locked 15,000 men, mostly black men, in jail.
I think that
Black men in California hate this woman.
it gives a lot of people joy, and we need more joy.
And every time she gets pressure, she has this weird, cringe-worthy laugh. She's very unlikable.
High pressure battle that we won, but that's my history with
What do you listen to? Because I know she has to go. So what does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, definitely Snoop.
She's lying. She went to college in the 80s. I mean, she's completely lying. This is a completely false statement. She was like fumbling to think of something to say, like, oh, Snoop Dogg, oh, Tupac. I mean, seriously, she went to college in the 80s, and Snoop Dogg and Snoop and Tupac weren't a thing back in the 80s.
Tupac, for sure.
She is such a pandering fraud. He says on the black man in jail. She is such a ridiculous pandering. I mean, she's clearly just an identity hire. I mean, she offers. I mean, the weird fact is, like, she's not a good strategic VP pick. But I mean, because she's a California liberal. That and the fact that Joe Biden already got the black vote locked up. So basically, they needed like white. Yeah, they needed the white wine moms to come out. Like, yeah, she'll get the white wine moms, but they'll also need the young Bernie bros, and her record as the DA is going to turn off the Bernie bros. And let me show you somebody, let me show you somebody that really put, oh man, look at this facelift. I mean, I knew she was going to be the pick as soon as I saw that awful facelift. Oh my lord. I'll show you the person that Democrats should have picked. Like, she has appeal across the aisle, but the reasons why she wasn't picked is because she's because she has ties with Modi, like the like the Indian Prime Minister Modi. I mean, those ties are kind of real. That is a bit of an issue, but the real issue is that she's an anti-war voice, and the Democrats really don't want an anti-war voice. But she has cross appeal with like moderates, independents, libertarians, even Trump voters. I mean, Trump voters saw Tulsi Gabbard as the biggest threat to Trump. So she's one of the least. I mean, yeah.
Her record as a prosecutor.
Man, look at her. I mean, look at her. They said like she can take down Mike Pence, but watch this.
And that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence.
What's up?
She blocked evidence that would
I'm with Kanye, man. Kanye 2020, man.
Until the courts forced her to
Kanye
do so.
2020.
She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
Look at how she defended herself. She can't even say anything. I mean, like, she couldn't, like, she was caught way off guard when Tulsi brought this up. I mean, look at her body language.
To California, and she fought to
look at her shaking her head. I mean, she can't
keep cash
she knows
bail
it's true.
system in place.
As the
She
elected
couldn't say
Attorney
anything about
General
it
of
because she knows
California,
it's true.
I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor.
She's nervous. She's trembling. What makes you think she's going to take down Mike Pence? Come on, y'all. Y'all blue no matter who, is so delusional.
Actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not, and worse.
I mean, look at her composure. I mean, look at her. I mean, she's like a stateswoman. I mean, she's attractive. She's young. She's basically Bernie. I mean, her policies are basically Bernie. I mean, they're basically the same as Bernie. I mean, but her main strength is with her anti-war position.
Yet, in the case of those who are on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that.
Oh, look at this. She can't say anything. She can't say anything about that. And the thing is, like, she deflected about her being a Assad lover right after
and the people who
debate.
suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Oh man, especially in the mood where there's a big all cops are bastards type of sentiment on the left. This is not going to, this is not going to, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to really inspire young folks to vote for Biden, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, they can really bring up, like, oh yeah, I mean, you want the Supreme Court, man, if you don't want the Supreme Court to go to the right, vote for Biden. I mean, that's the only legit reason to vote for Biden at this point for the Supreme Court. That and less belligerence towards Iran. But otherwise, there's not that many upsides to a Biden-Harris administration. I mean, you're going to be screwed anyways. I mean, but look how she treated Jamal Truelove. She basically, she was going to send an innocent man, keep innocent man in death row.
They were going to charge me for sales murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, Nobody.
Just arrested and then charged.
Arrested and charged. That's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, a celebration?
Tough on crime,
That's what it
AG.
felt like.
Tough on crime.
The reactions I get when I tell people my story is, they say it's the worst nightmare. You know, it's the closest thing to dying.
Jamal, I'm going to read you a quote real quick. The job of a progressive prosecutor is to look out for those overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being
they're
heard.
gonna have I gotta tell you, Kamala's team is gonna have a hard time like defending like this record, especially when Trump has passed the First Step Act. I mean, that act got a lot of black men free from prison. Black men do not like Kamala Harris because of this. Trust me.
Yeah.
A lot of black men, to be real few, might not vote or swing towards Trump. I mean, a lot of black women too. I mean, because a lot of black women were arrested under Kamala Harris's truancy laws.
Address the causes of crime, not just their consequences, and to shine a light on the inequality and unfairness that leads.
Oh yeah. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, right? Grab
everyone
this.
needs punishment. That what many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truth We Hold. Does that sound consistent with the with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator. But at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
See? Not liked in her hometown, well, which is the Bay Area. Not liked in California. Not liked not liked by progressives. Not liked by anybody else other than Democratic donors and like the Hillary Clinton voters who are like suburban white women. That's basically her base. Basically coastal elites and suburban white women. I mean, because she isn't palatable to anyone else. Let me give you a good opinion to share before I swing on to Cardi B. This is one of my favorite left-wing YouTubers, Kyle Kalinske. The guy keeps it real. I mean, he's 100. I mean, he's 100 about his left-wing principles, and he's just going full nihilist. Let's see their take on Kamala being picked as VP. Because
I believe we are live.
I believe
I'm moving to his take for a second.
So Joe Biden just picked his VP.
Who is it?
Damn, you didn't go on Twitter?
I obviously know who it is.
I'm slow as hell.
They had like Hot 97. The DJs were talking about it. I mean, it's everywhere, and it's frustrating for people who are, I guess, woke, and even more frustrating. It's I don't know. I guess tell me your thoughts, and then I'll just say something dumb afterwards.
Funny.
Hilarious. It literally the worst possible pick he could have made. Like literally the worst possible pick he could have made. She brings absolutely nothing to the ticket. Like she doesn't help him anywhere. There's not a single state now. Like California, he was already going to win by 1.5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why would you pick somebody who in many ways is a political liability? I think she's a political liability. So in terms of like the politics of it, it's just stupid. Like I could tell you what they were thinking. Here's what they were thinking. She's the establishment's favorite choice. So we know she's going to serve the establishment. We know that ideologically she's going to be in favor of the status quo. She's going to be in favor of the corporations continuing to rule us and determine what policies are. So they were thinking, oh, she's the perfect candidate. She's the perfect VP choice for the moneyed interests, but also hey, she branded herself as being on the left for a while, and she's also a black woman, so that'll be enough to make the left go, oh, okay, cool, because she's a black woman and because
they think we're stupid.
She's
not even really black.
Like she embraced the label progressive for a while.
Yeah.
So that's what they were thinking. But in reality, she's a pick that people on the left, the real left, hate, and people on the right obviously hate her. And also, putting aside the politics of it, the policies that, you know, she's basically been pushing her entire career as a politician, and before when she was the Attorney General of California, I mean, it's terrible. So here's some of the stuff that she is in favor.
Yep. And the funny thing is, Trump can't even bring this stuff up because, look at this way. Donald and Ivanka Trump wants to make campaign donations to Kamala Harris. Yeah, Trump was giving them out like, a couple of $1,000s. I mean, look at it this way. I mean, he'll know that he's a black woman. He's donated campaign so we can squash his racism argument. I mean, you can't squash that argument. Trump ain't that racist if he donated to Kamala. But moving on from that, man, I want to talk about Cardi B's WAP video. Let's take a look at Cardi B and WAP. It's pretty much like a very big talking point among like black social media, man. It's like the really hot thing, man. Like, I mean, like this dude's saying WAP is a bad example for young women. Let's hear what this brother said.
They don't even know what's right, man. The people they look up to is screwed. Their minds are completely screwed up. You know what I mean? Setting all type of bad examples, man.
Yeah, I
for
seen
these young women. And I got a daughter. You feel me? I got a young daughter, man, and I gotta keep her on track. I gotta keep her mind right, man, because she's coming up in a generation now where not only the music is screwed up, man, everything's screwed up. You feel me? So I'm really gonna have to keep her in line. And I mean that video, I mean, there's a lot of music that's put out, you know, speaking on the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But that song just came across my feed.
Oh man, that nigga like, oh that brother like, man, it's all nasty. Let's see this WAP crap. I mean, let's see it. Let's see. I want to see it from Halle Berry's. Me when in the car so kids can't hear. Oh, Halle Berry's loving it. Oh damn. So WAP officially earned the biggest debut ever for a female collaboration. Damn, 22 million views. Yeah, I can tell who likes WAP. Kamala dancing to WAP and Megan Thee Stallion. Let's hear this.
Okay, weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy.
Oh man, okay, I think I gotta find this on YouTube. I'm gonna search YouTube for rap real quick. I haven't really saw the full video, man. I saw pieces and clips of it. Oh damn, Scares came up with a new video.
Weak, wet ass pussy, make that pull out gay. Weak.
Yeah, come on. Let's see this. Oh damn, did they take the video down? Oh no, they didn't take it down. Oh no, lyrics. Where's the video at? Oh, there you go. Oh, now it's up to 73 million views. Oh, let me do some math real quick. This might get you know what I'm saying? This might get Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? Like Gangnam Style level big. Let's see here. You got 73 million views in 4 days. So let's see. Let's take that to 30. Oh, it might get 500 million in 30 days. Who knows? I mean, because usually like the views slow down like the longer the video is like out on YouTube. But man, this video is already effing huge. And wow, I'm getting a lot of views every hour, man. Damn, 40,000. Man, look at that. Man, I'm big, man. These reaction masters, man, they just keep my channel rolling. But yeah, let's check out this video. Let's check out Cardi B WAP. That's this alone. I can only show you bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? Because I want my video taken down, so. CSK Bay, what do you think of WAP? Or anybody who's watching my stream, what do you think of WAP?
I said certified free, 7 days a week, wet and gushy, make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you dealing with some wet and gushy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet and gushy.
Ask for a call while you ride that dick. Why you really ain't never got him for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots, hang your coat for this wet and gushy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet and gushy. Hey.
Kind of think of it, this stuff is only promoted to like black people, you know, black women, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, white women gets promoted like this type of like stuff too, but it really tends to go up towards black women, especially like all the twerking and all that booty shaking and stuff.
In Cobra with a hook in it, hope now he diabetic. I don't wanna
I can't really show that much video because it might get banned, so I gotta stop right here. Oh boy, I can't really go all the way with WAP. Oh boy. I don't want this video taken down, y'all. I'll just show you the reactions to it. Oh boy. Let's listen to Ben Shapiro's reaction to it. Like, this dude is a dork. Let's see how this dork reacts to Cardi B's. I gotta tell you one thing, Ben Shapiro's a smart dude, but he's real disingenuous, man. Really, he's just a dork, man. He's a huge dork and a hypocrite. Probably one of the biggest hypocrites, especially when it comes to identity politics and like Israel. But yeah, let's see Ben Shapiro saying the words of Cardi B song. Let's hear this crap.
Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P-word. P-word is female genitalia. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P-word. P-word is female genitalia. Give me everything you got for this wet ass P-word. Beat it up, N-word. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P-word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P-word is wet, come take a dive. Talk your S-word, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that D-word. You really ain't never gonna F him for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass P-word.
You know what? Ben Shapiro needs to be doing more of this. This is hilarious, man. I would love to see Ben Shapiro reading rap lyrics, man. That shit must be rolling. Especially with his dorky ass voice, man. Saying a rap lyrics. There's some whores in this house. There's some hoes in this house, man. Let's see his reaction to Ben Shapiro.
It is female genitalia.
From this guy is I think Mike Figueredo, the Humanist Report. He's a left YouTuber.
There's some whores in this house.
Check this out.
Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P-word. P-word is female genitalia. Bring a buck.
He's rolling too, man.
For this wet ass P-word.
You know what, Ben? I really suggest making this a regular thing on your channel, on your platform, man, because it is hilarious, man. It's some of the best comedy I've seen this week, man. Oh man, gets a censored read from Ben Shapiro. That's so funny. I haven't laughed that hard in a while. Oh man, let's see the other reactions to Cardi B WAP on Twitter. Cause I mean, there's a lot of strong reactions to Cardi B's WAP. Let's see here. Like the black fodder. Let's see this woman calling it degrading trash.
You're not wrong with that, cause baby, I got 3 kids, and I mean I got these kids from sucking and fucking. At the end of the day, me being a hoe, like these people say, like honestly, I liberate a lot of hoes. You feel me? When I hear Cardi talk about popping some pussy, me and my bitches is with it. Like that liberate us, because it's like fuck you, self-respect as hoes. Cause how y'all got self-respect? Like I don't think y'all got self-respect like that. Cause first of all, you supposed to tax these niggas. That's self-respect. You feel me? Like it make me feel liberated. Like I love crossing boundaries. Cause guess what? Scare money don't make no money.
Oh man, this is hilarious. I mean, I don't really care, man. Most just praising Cardi B will end up like washed up single moms asking why the good men are slinging. It's kind of true. The pussy's never been dry to hear Ben Shapiro. Let's hear this reaction to Ben Shapiro's reaction. The funniest fucking thing.
P-word. Wet ass P-word. 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 Put this P-word right in your face. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This P-word is wet. Come take a dive. P-word is female genitalia.
Ben Shapiro leading the charge of conservatives on the internet who are clutching their pearls tighter than Megan Thee Stallion clutches the dick, having an absolute meltdown. That WAP, wet-ass pussy, is the downfall of America. Ben Shapiro is a grown man in the year of our Lord 2020 crying about vulgar lyrics regarding sexual intercourse. Could you imagine if Ben Shapiro saw all that was out there in the world today? Could you imagine if I sat Ben Shapiro down and showed him some of Flower Tucci's work?
Oh man, this is so funny. Oh man, Kamala dancing. They got the song rap. Oh, this is funny. It's really a moral outrage to far right Ben Shapiro's the world. Because we want to openly talk about joint sex versus crickets. Good point. Really good point. And he's going to vote for that guy too. So, yeah. Moving on from that, I'm going to talk about DC Comics. I want to move on about DC Comics laying off a big amount of workers. Take a look at this. Look at this. They just imploded in a single day, and the comic industry will never be the same. As you see, oh yeah, let's see here. Look at that. Warner Media Warner Media layoffs have affected a significant number of high-level figures, multiple sources. Oh man, this is really big. I mean, look at this Neil Gaiman. He's a legendary writer of the Sandman comics, and he's sad, man. Like this guy wrote he wrote the Sandman series, man. Like they laid off a shitload. They laid off a crap load of staffers, man. And the comic book industry's changing, man. It's basically the comic book industry is basically on life support now, man. Yeah, see, like DC Universe, see layoffs amid Warner restructure. I mean, the thing is, man, the thing is, DC didn't really go the Marvel way by going like really woke and basically turn off their fans. the COVID pandemic just basically just killed off the DC Comics line. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the comic book industry is dying anyways because the main audience is getting a lot older, and they're not replacing it with like a newer audience. So basically, the industry is going to keep going. As old as the comic book buyer is getting, it's not going to get any younger, man. Like the youngest, the youngest you can get for like the mainstream comic book buyers is really like around my age. You know what I'm saying? Like mid-30s. Because it's not really a thing for like folks like who were born like 1990 down to be really big into comic books. No, it's really a hobby for like older millennials, Gen Xers, and boomers basically, and they're basically going to shut. Basically like the whole like diamond distributors, like the comic book store thing. That's done, man. The new way of doing comic books really is the way Ethan Van Sciver is doing. Let's show you Ethan Van Sciver. He's a comic book guy who's part of like this gamer, like this Comicsgate movement. It's basically the Gamergate of comics. Yeah, man, like that culture war got moved into comics too, man. Like there's like a big thing about the Whisper Network, basically booting people out of basically putting like unwanted writers and artists out the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like folks that support Trump or folks that don't support like the left. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at this photo right here. This is funny. I'm reading this here from Ethan Van Sciver. Well, I hope you enjoyed new DC Comics, which will be comprised entirely of YAGNs that cram DC characters into Pretty Little Liars rip-off stories and cheesy gay interest slots starring Aqualad. Remember, that can't be used to develop trash theming content for teens. Oh, sorry. Anything that can't be used to develop trash theming content for teens is gone. Yeah, man. No more Batman, Superman. Yep. Basically, it's going to tap into like try to tap into the Tumblr market. That's what these writers are trying to reach. Really, they're trying to reach the Tumblr market, the woke Tumblr market, the Tumblristas. That's who the comic book industry is trying to look to. But those folks don't buy books, and they push off their mostly older male white fan base for, I don't know, because they're so fragile, like ego wise. They shit on their fan base, and they're losing they lost like hella comic sales in like the last 10 or so years. It's a dying industry. And yeah, the industry nowadays, man, is going to be basically done by the way Ethan Van Sciver's doing. Let me show you like how Ethan Van Sciver's doing his series Cyberfrog. If I can find like his Kickstarter or GoFundMe or some crap. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, it's Indiegogo. Here's basically how Ethan Van Sciver. Another big name in Comicsgate is Richard C. Meyer, who used to be called Diversity in Comics. Then he changed his name to your boy Zach. Oh man, the SJWs came after Richard Meyer hard, man. Like they doxed that guy. Like man, they were very abusive towards him. Like Mark Waid, Mark Waid, like a really big comics writer, managed to set something up to basically not have Richard Meyer's books sold in comic stores, man. It's gotten really big. Comicsgate gotten like really crazy, man. And basically, this is basically the new way of how the comic industry is going to be. Basically, Ethan Van Sciver and Richard Meyer won Comicsgate. They won it like a few years ago, but they're really in a pole position right now. As you see, he has 12 campaigns. He's getting over $225,000 by 4,000 backers. That's a good number of sales. Let me show you the comic book sales in 2019. Like I'm a big stickler for data, and I'm gonna show you how it compares to Ethan Van Sciver. Ah, come on. Probably be from Diamond. Let's see here. Oh, Comic Con. I really recommend DuckDuckGo because Google's been full of crap. But yeah, let me show you. Let me show you what the. Let me tell you how much the hot selling books are. As you see, yeah, the top selling books only got like 116,000, and as you see, compared to, yeah, and compared to what Ethan Striver's getting without that much promotion, basically promoted on YouTube, he'll get sales. Yeah, like basically, like even Striver's getting enough sales to be put into. Damn, damn, he'll be placed somewhere like in around like the mid-20s. I mean, basically right now, like the comic book industry is basically been like equalized. I mean, it's been equalized now. I mean, and folks like Ethan Striver and Richard Meyer has the advantage. I'm gonna keep repeating myself. Good Lord. But yeah, his level of sales match up with many comic books in the industry, and like the industry writers are mad and basically try to blacklist him and like deplatform him, but he's still going strong, man. Look at this cute dog. And then, I mean, look at this. I mean, the art is quality, man. I mean, look at that, man. That's high quality art, man. And there's like no, there's no woke storytelling either, man. It's just good old comic stories from like the past, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, before he cared about a culture war, man. Now everything is about the culture war, man. It just gets on my damn nerves, man. I wish we went back to where everything was like back when comic books were escape, or like entertainment nowadays was escape from how crap our life is, but now we gotta have politics and everything. It's so out of control. So I'm about to end the stream tonight, man. I'm gonna upload a live stream tomorrow. Talk about what